going on, guys? Skolside back. We got Mike and Jim back here again for the first ever Skolside cast review after game one. Just to say something like the back, this is going to be really negative. So all the optimism, even out of me, who's normally the most optimistic, will not be there. Anyways, if you guys just want to go on a little rant about what happened, just let you guys get it off your chest and I'll go on mine. Just get all the negative out first and we'll talk slight positives. Just get everything out. Jim, Mike, one of you two want to go?
Go ahead, Mike.
Go ahead, Jim.
What do you guys think happened? What do you guys think happened?
All right. If that wasn't the most fitting home opener, we're all excited for football. We didn't know we were going to have it this year. And what do you know? A Mike Zimmer classic at home, a complete debacle. There's nothing to it. I actually thought, I said to Mike before last week, I was excited to see the cornerbacks play because we got Holton Hill, Mike Hughes, and Cameron Dantzler played over Jeff Gladney. They had Shamar, I don't want to say Shamar Stephen, Afadi Denabo, Jaleel Johnson. All those guys really haven't, gotten the snaps that they did yesterday. And who could they have come out more flat? It was so embarrassing. Down the field every time. And in the fourth quarter, they weren't going to win, but the least they could do is get one stop. I don't know, make it interesting. But, it just turned into Kirk Cousins' garbage passing statistic palooza out there. So, that was so embarrassing. It was an important game, division game at home. And what do you know? A classic debacle. Go ahead.
Michael,
yeah. That was it's another depressing Monday here for us Vikings fans over here. Another classic Zimmer flop. Just absolutely outcoached. But honestly though, that was probably a nightmare scenario for the defense. I knew they wouldn't be great. I knew there'd be issues, but I didn't think it'd be that bad. No one in the secondary, not even near guys. It was just quick outs. They were just pitch and catch. They're way off guys, and just another Zimmer disaster. And I can't remember the last time we beat the Packers. Now it's been a while.
2 years now.
It's been pretty. 2 years. It's either they can't beat the Vikings or the Packers and the Bears. It's very frustrating.
The same division.
Very, very frustrating again. But this is what you get with Zimmer. The big games, just a classic flop.
Yeah.
So,
I think I saw something since 2014. They've listed all the big flop games Zimmer's defense have had. And it's every year there's a game like this where it doesn't matter. The Vikings are going to lose. But the whole game, listen, I thought the defensive line would have given the secondary a little, a little help because they were out there on an island for a while. But, still, again, all three phases of the defense played terrible except for Eric Kendricks. He's the only one I can see that played well. Yeah. But you guys, who did? I didn't expect Jeff Gladney not to even see the field really.
Yeah.
That was a disaster. And then the D line, Unique Ngakoue, I get he's out there kind of by himself, but he literally did nothing. He
doesn't look ready.
Yeah, really? He looked out of shape. He looked.
Yeah.
And I get it, it's your first week with a team, but you're a D end. It's more of just hey, I'm gonna blow this dude up in front of me, and there's no pass rush.
One pressure.
Yeah, one pressure.
One pressure.
I saw a stat. This is the first time in 10 years Aaron Rodgers has played us and not been sacked. Last time was 2010, which is crazy. But Anthony Barr. People were saying he had a good game, but he doesn't jump off the screen at all anymore. There's just nothing there with him. And Eric Kendricks, I thought he did okay, but if your middle linebacker is the only one playing good, I don't care how good your middle linebacker is. Anthony Harris had one of the worst games I've ever seen by a safety in my life. It was very familiar to when the NFC Championship game versus the Eagles and how bad Harrison Smith played. Anthony Harris, for example, I'll let you guys go. Right before the half, that touchdown that they had, Anthony Harris was supposed to come and help Dantzler, your rookie corner, not get burned by a dude who has 4.3 speed, and so you leave him out there on an island. You guys, go ahead. Pick a play, because that was the play for me that infuriated me the most out of the whole day, was giving up that touchdown. Do you guys have a play that comes to mind?
I have Adam Zimmer. I got a quote actually from Adam Zimmer, one of the 10 defensive coordinators on the staff.
Yeah.
Since they have like 1,000 of them, he said this verbatim in camp. Shamar Stephen is as good as his nose tackle as there is. That's what he said. I'm pretty sure the Packers got like 5 or 6 yards every run, so that's nice. Good stuff there. The safety in the end zone, that was nice. That was a great. Whoever was supposed to pick up the blitz, that was nice. I don't know. People have been debating whether that was like a bad play call, and I guess I could see it because you're running a play action. It looks like kind of a 9-step drop for Cousins, and someone's supposed to pick up the cornerback there because if they do, I think it's either Tyler Conklin or Adam Thielen are running. They might be still running. That was a big play.
They blocked 7 people on that play, and Adam Thielen was wide open. You blocked Jair for half a second. Adam Thielen's got another 30-yard catch.
Mm-hmm. And then the last play, the 4th and 3. It's 22-10. Ball's at the 39-yard line. It's a money play. So this is my big thing with the offense yesterday. Who knows what would have made a difference if they score on that drive. But, it changes the flow of the game a little bit. When it was 7-5, 8-7, 15-7, 22-7. Any drive within there from the offense can change the game.
Yeah.
Just one drive. And
even if it's 3 points.
Yeah, 4th and 3, 39-yard line, a bomb to Tajay Sharp, the 4th wide receiver on the team. That is the most, I get it, I know a lot of Kirk Cousins fans out there, and, it's not Kirk Cousins' fault what happened yesterday, but still, that is the most Kirk Cousins play ever. Yeah, he made the right read. Great. Even Zimmer said after the game, he said, I saw Thielen one-on-one, and the safety was shading over toward Thielen. Throw him the ball. He can go up and make a play. Throw him the ball. It's a money play. Go to your best receiver. Yep. Instead, he's got to go with this right read. He overshoots Tajay Sharp, and then the Packers go down and score. So those are the 3 plays for me.
Yeah. Mike, you got any?
First, is some observations up on defense. I kind of agree with some of your takes, Pat. Not seeing Jeff Gladney out there was just really strange to me. Not even getting in, it's just weird to me because I know he got a knee injury. I think he had surgery on his knee in the spring, but just to not get in, which is weird. You've seen Holt Hill just getting destroyed by Adams, and he can't even not even get in. I don't. He's your 1st-round pick. Cam Dancer's your 3rd-round pick, and he's playing. I mean, if Jeff Gladney can't get in, that's kind of concerning to me. And then Eric Kendrick, I thought he did play a good game as the one guy in D. He was actually all over the field. He was really good on the swing passes.
He was the only one that seemed like he wanted to be there.
Yeah.
He actually played hard.
Yeah.
And Anthony Barr, just non-existent per usual to give him all that money.
God, I wish he went to the Jets. So I was thinking the same thing, Mike. I wish he signed with the Jets so bad now. Please, I was so happy when he signed back with us. God damn, I wish he went to the Jets.
I was mad when they did that, and and then I was gonna mention that 4th and 3 play. Oh. Not only did they throw to Tajay Sharp, but Zimmer called a timeout. They're down by 2 scores already. He called a timeout.
Yep.
Dude, and you're down by 2 scores. What are you doing? You can't do that. And he does it all the time with his game management. It just bothers me. Frustrated.
If you're calling a timeout on 4th and 3, you better have some
Tajay Sharp.
Yeah. Well, first off, you better have a complex play call that you need to set up and talk to your guys. I'm sorry, Cousins could walk up to the line and be Tajay, run straight. It's not it was no rocket science play. That's so bad.
And that's probably the lowest percentage play you could call in that situation. Even try to do a swing pass to Cook, or at least get your somewhat or Thielen, just one of the 2 guys that you can trust. You're gonna go to your 4th receiver. Why is he even in the first? I don't know why he's in the game in the first place. That's another thing. But other than that, that's all. Yeah, it's just frustrating.
Did they even run any pass plays to Dalvin Cook yesterday?
They ran
one screen, and it was, of course, blown up because Line couldn't get out there.
Yeah. And he had
They had
all
one
types
guy
of
to
room.
block. Actually,
He had all types of room besides the one dude.
Yeah, one guy that couldn't block.
I do have a stat. Riley Reef gave up 0 pressures yesterday.
He didn't look
I guess
awful.
that's a positive.
Garrett Bradbury also had a good rating on Pro Football Focus, which is positive.
You know who actually I didn't think Brian O'Neill didn't play very well
He
yesterday.
was rusty though. I'm not that
Got blown
concerned about him. I saw some people on Twitter freaking out. I'm just like, listen, he's proven himself last year. I mean, this continues. That's gonna suck, but I'm not that worried about.
O'Neal.
One looked the same.
Gave up 5 pressures, shocking. But I don't know. But that's I guess it's hard to take with those stats of the offensive line because that whole fourth quarter, the Green Bay didn't really pressure them. I mean, the only thing I'd say Green Bay did terrible yesterday is their prevent defense. It didn't even besides the last touchdown the Vikings scored because no one cared about that.
Yeah.
Even the 2 touchdowns they gave up in the fourth quarter to the Vikings. I think the Vikings scored in 2 minutes.
It's like 7 on 7.
That was horrible prevent defense. At least take up some time.
Yeah.
But
that's what I call the Zimmer prevent D.
Yeah, usually the Vikings let the team go down and score right away. And don't take up any time. The Green Bay, but it didn't matter anyway. The Vikings couldn't get a stop. Maybe they should onside kick it.
Yeah. Listen, offensively, I have a couple thoughts offensively. I'm actually impressed with Kirk yesterday. I thought listen. Obviously that interception was terrible.
I'm kidding.
But he said at the end of last year he's gonna use his legs more, and he did yesterday, which is I'm fine with. I love seeing him get out and run because he actually kind of looked a little mobile yesterday, and he had an awful read, but it's just the offense. They just never got in a rhythm, and that's Kirk. He can never get an offensive in rhythm, but when he's in rhythm, he can really get it going. But also, Jeff Gladney and Justin Jefferson, 2 biggest additions of the offseason. Both of them barely see the field.
Justin Jefferson's got to play.
He looked good when he got the ball. He looked different than the other receivers.
He looked quick. I agree. He looked explosive.
Do you guys
Johnson?
Do you guys know when?
Yeah, he's got to play.
BC looked good, but do you guys know when Dalvin gets the ball? You're okay, he looks different than other. Jefferson, I felt the same way about him. I'm he looks different than other people on the field. And then with the whole offensive line, I didn't think they were terrible, but then again, it's just listen, you're rolling out the same offensive line group that played this team last year that got killed. You're rolling out pretty much the same secondary somehow that played them last year with Hughes and Holton Hill being your 2 main guys, and then Dantzler. But also, one thing that I actually thought about was I didn't know it was possible. I missed Xavier Rhodes yesterday because you can say what you want about Rhodes, but at least he would at least be physical with these receivers. Listen, Devontae Adams probably went to bed last night or 2 nights ago, Saturday night, and was probably just God, I'm really about to have another 150-yard game against the Vikings with 15 catches. It's every single week. They never take him away. Zimmer has it's almost he's fine, we'll let you have that. He kills us. He's the reason we lose to the Packers. How many times was it 5-yard out route? 5-yard out route.
Yeah, it's
streak up the sideline.
10 yards off the guy. Play,
it's not
press a little bit, adjust.
Yeah,
and
it's not even they were running.
Adjust.
Zimmer never adjusted the whole game, and it's not even the Packers were running this insane complex offense.
Simple.
It was run the ball, do a couple motions, and then out route, streak down the field when your safety. It was
gonna lay off. Yeah, it's frustrating.
You can blame it on the offsides. Go.
Here's a stat yesterday from Vikings reporter Arif Hassan. He worked for the Athletic. The Vikings pressured. They blitzed the Packers 42% of the time yesterday. They got no pressures. And basically what I think would happen is at the start of the game, I don't think they blitzed much at the start of the game. And we saw that Rodgers was getting 1,000 seconds in a row. Basically from what I saw, I might be wrong, but from what I saw in the game, it looked basically the Vikings blitzes were putting Harrison Smith in the box and just sending him, or taking Anthony Barr and sending him up the middle.
Yeah, it wasn't creative.
I mean, that's kind of easy to dissect there.
Yeah.
You know, especially Rodgers is going to get the ball out of his hands. So
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see what they do next week with their game plan, knowing that the Colts have a really good offensive line.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Phillip Rivers and then lost to Jacksonville last week. So, you know, both teams, I'm guessing, will come out and play hard.
It's going to be a gritty game.
Who
It's not going to
knows?
be
Maybe the
easy to
Vikings
go
will
in
be-
there and win next week at all. Because, I mean, the
Well,
Vikings
yeah.
got to be a little
True.
shocked that they just got their ass handed to them.
Yeah. I was saying the quarterbacks the Vikings are facing coming up. It could be ugly. They got Phil Rivers.
Yeah.
They got Deshaun Watson coming up. I mean, Tannehill had a
No.
great year last year. They got Russell Wilson on the schedule.
Can you guys
They got Matt Ryan. And then they got Aaron Rodgers again. This could be
well, also
be a disaster if they don't figure this out.
listen, week 2, let's just say we go get a dub in Indianapolis. Then you got Derrick Henry and that offensive line coming in. Mike Vrabel is the complete Zimmer kind of acted like a really soft person yesterday, and Vrabel's the complete opposite. Vrabel's just like, hey, yeah, see number 22 in the backfield. Yeah, we're gonna hand it to him 35 times, and you guys still don't have Daniil Hunter. Like that could be a game where it's just 8-minute drive, 8-minute drive, 8-minute drive, play action. Like I don't know. I feel like they need to fix this quick, and Daniil needs to come back too.
It's gonna be rough. Also, I did hear that Yannick Ngakoue, he did have I guess he got an ankle injury, so that could be.
Oh, great! That's great.
So that's another issue. So if he goes out, just imagine that D line.
Who is it? It was
interesting.
Eddie Yarbrough.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Eddie Yarbrough,
Number
and then
52?
Taylor
Never heard of him
Holmes
before.
on
Yeah.
the defensive ends. I mean,
Okay,
maybe-
listen, James
maybe
Lynch.
DJ Wonham.
Yeah, James Lynch and DJ Wonham and Ezra Cleveland all scratches.
Yeah, that was strange. Ezra Cleveland scratch was really
Well,
confusing.
what are you trying to prove? Hey, listen, Mike. Listen, we're all Chicago Bulls fans. Mike Thibodeau Zimmer. That needs to be his name now. Like he
Just don't play.
just doesn't get it. I don't think he gets it. Like these guys can come in and produce, but
Yeah, I
know.
don't get it.
do you guys have
hold
any
on,
positives going into it? We can end this off on some positive. You guys have any positive takeaways from at all from yesterday? Like any dudes who stood out to you guys? I know it's tough, but
It can't get much worse, right? Can it go up? I mean,
defensively,
but,
I mean,
I don't know.
Maybe
Go ahead first. I'll have to think about it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, let's see. A positive from yesterday. You know, the one point you pointed out, Pat. Cousins actually did scramble a couple times in the meaningful part of the game.
Yep.
That was kind of nice to see. He actually moved in the pocket. You know, sensed some pressure. That's one of his flaws is he doesn't sense pressure great. I guess another positive. You know, I'll go with Bailey didn't miss a kick yesterday. Good for him. It's good to see. Bailey and Colquitt.
Yeah,
I don't know if Colquitt had a good day punting, but they look good out there.
yep.
Cousins look good. That's all I got. Mobile, he actually looked pretty quick when he was moving around. It was kind of weird. It wasn't painful to watch him run.
Yeah,
Which is strange.
I felt like he felt almost in control. And listen, they were also, I know it was kind of garbage time, but when they're scoring touchdowns late, I mean, if the defense gets one stop and just gives up 3 instead of 7 each time, the offense kind of almost kept. The offense was it was always a 14 or always a 20-point game. Offense would bring it to 10 or 8 or whatever. Then it's just defense just get one. I mean, I don't know. It was so up and down, but I just felt like Cousins didn't seem overwhelmed, and I don't know. It's not a lot.
I'm sorry, I got a positive. They were 3 of 3 on 2-point conversions in the 7-on-7 fourth quarter that we watched. That was nice.
Good.
Maybe they can go for 2.
Yeah.
That was nice to see.
Oh, running backs too. Madison and Cook. Madison's looking really good. I don't know what he did this offseason, but he looks physical, and I really like the way Madison played.
Always liked him. I think he looked.
I think he's
good.
really. I think Madison's a legit back in this league.
Yeah.
The last thing I'll say. Sorry, Mike. The last thing I'll say is something to watch going forward for the Vikings is Mike Hughes. This is his 3rd year with the team.
Yep.
He was a first-round pick, and let's be honest. Last year, he wasn't very good. I mean, he would make some plays on the ball here and there, but
No.
he got picked on a lot.
No, yeah.
And
Cowboys game.
he was the guy I was looking for. I know he's had injuries, but other than
He had a full offseason.
he's a first round pick, and Trey Waynes was a first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone. He wasn't worth paying. Yeah, but he's a first round pick. It'd be nice if he was worth paying.
Mack was a second rounder.
Mack was a second rounder. They didn't feel like paying him $5 million.
Shit, he would have been.
And now
nice.
Mike Hughes. Are we? This is it for him. This is a huge year for him. Well, I hope he plays better. I actually like him coming out of the draft, but
And he lost his
I'm
kick
really
returning.
concerned about him.
And he lost his kick returning spot to KJ Osborne,
Yeah.
who his reasoning to being on the roster yesterday was stand back there and wave your hand up in there and catch a
Fair
ball.
catch.
Like,
Yeah.
why are 8 receivers on the roster when we come out in 2 tight ends and fullback, running back every single play and just Thielen out wide?
Let's use Irv more next week too, maybe.
I mean, shit,
Maybe-
maybe use the 6'2" athletic tight end from Bama that apparently looks unreal, and maybe use the dude we drafted from LSU. Maybe, I don't know.
Irv Smith, maybe throw him a bubble screen. He's quick. Get him out in space against those linebackers. I don't know.
I mean,
get creative. This is.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Rodgers, even though it's shitty, those receivers. I mean, listen, those receivers dropped 2 balls. Rodgers should have had 505, if we're being honest. But I mean, Rodgers let his receivers go make plays on the ball. That's the
Yeah.
Vikings as a team. They don't really Besides Thielen, Thielen's the only one they trust him. Trust these guys. Trust Jefferson. Trust Irv. I mean, Rudy's getting money to sit there and look cute. That's it.
He caught a
He
nice
didn't
pass
do
over
it.
the middle before the end of the first half, didn't he?
Yeah, but for
Yeah,
being
that was
the
it, though.
4th highest paid tight end, I don't.
He didn't do much. He was MIA. I don't know why they pay him so much. I got a few more things, then I'll
Go
be
for
done,
it.
but,
Yeah.
First thing is, I want to see. They got to play Jeff Gladney more. I don't understand it. Please let him get out there a little bit. Let him, play for Holton Hill. I guess one game one, but let him get some reps at least. He's your first round pick for a reason. Let's see what he can do. And then other thing is I want to see Irv Smith get the ball more next week. Please get him some catch, get out, because when he does, last year he showed flashes. He's got a wide receiver build to him. He's quick.
Yep.
He's explosive. Get him out, and then other than that, I got all I'm going to say is Mike Zimmer won't be able to sleep this week because of that final score yesterday. 43-34. Zimmer will not be able to get over that one. That's going to kill him the whole year.
You know what, Mike? It's just a tweak. We'll be all right. It's just a tweak.
It's just a
We'll be all right.
We'll be all right. We'll be all right, I guess. That's all I got.
Yeah. All right. Well, the Vikings made pretty much everything I was saying this offseason look so stupid and act I don't even know if I know football after this. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, we'll be more positive next week after we give it to the Colts. But we'll see, because every game right now is up in the air. There's no guaranteed wins on the schedule anymore. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, sub to the channel. We do this every day. We'll see you guys soon.